these conservatives are making Democrats who are pro-choice actually look more pro-life. It is the weakest among us. It is senior citizens who they're ready to euthanize because they want Boeing's corporate earnings to not dip too low. They want to make sure that people that own businesses in their district or in their states will keep giving them campaign contributions.
And they can't even stop acting like politicians with a metaphorical gun to their head, i.e. a virus, in an emergency situation. They can't even change their goddamn behavior. It's absolutely disgusting. When you see people in disasters who take advantage of those earthquakes or floods, they're called looters. And the fiends who were sneaking stuff into this relief package or trying to slow it down, they're looters too.
As Senator Graham works to fix these unemployment problems you've been talking about in this bill, I sure hope he'll try to take out the $350 million for migrant and resettlement for refugees. Why in the world would we have $350 million for migrants and refugees before we restore the economic condition of every American in our country? And oh, by the way, Sean, no money for Border Patrol and ICE in this bill, but you see the Democrats, just as Governor Huckabee said, doing everything they can to socially engineer through a crisis.
It did not help local governments or state governments, and it did not address the governmental loss. And the federal officials, the ones who are being honest, will admit that. And I believe what they did failed to meet the governmental need. I'm disappointed. I said I was disappointed. I find it irresponsible. I find it reckless. When this is over, I promise you I'm going to give them a piece of my mind.
But several Republican senators are worried unemployment benefits will be so enticing that people will stop working. Senator Graham even implied that the benefits would incentivize well-trained nurses to stay home and collect a check. Just my opinion.
It's insulting.
Yeah, I
think
insulting.
So. Lindsey Graham should be ashamed of himself to say something like that. And in the middle of all of this.
A few minutes ago, the Speaker stood at this podium and claimed that House Democrats did what she called a jiu-jitsu to change the bill. That is an outright lie. The only few additions were funding of things that had nothing to do with the coronavirus. Was that worth holding it up and more people being laid off? More people losing sleep? More people wondering if they can continue? Those are the type of games that have to stop in Washington.
Did jiu-jitsu on it, that it went from a corporate first proposal that the Republicans put forth in the Senate to a workers first, Democratic workers first legislation.